Okay, class, good afternoon. This is the lecture for April 3rd, and we're going to talk about narrative paragraphs. So this is part 2 of narrative essay writing. Okay, I'm going to start with a narrative paragraph that I found as an example in this book. Okay, we'll read it first, and while I'm reading, think about what is the beginning, the middle, and the end. Okay, and we'll label it after that. Okay, so here it is. I'm sorry, I cannot copy it for you because it's out of a book that we don't have. Okay, it's called A Lesson in Friendship. Okay, I learned the hard way how to make friends in a new school. At my old school in Toronto, I was on the football and track teams. So I was very popular and I had a lot of friends. Everything changed when I was 16 years old because my parents decided to move to Florida. Going to a new school was not easy for me. The first few days in my new school were extremely difficult. The class schedule was different, and the teachers were more informal than in my old school. All the students dressed casually in shorts and t-shirts instead of a school uniform. Some kids tried to be nice to me, but I did not want to talk to them. To me, they looked and acted funny. After a few weeks, I realized that no one even tried to talk to me anymore. I began to feel lonely. 2 months passed before I got the courage to talk to a few classmates. Finally, I realized that they were normal people, just like me. I began to develop some relationships, many of which are now good friendships. I learned a valuable lesson about making friends that year. Okay, I'm sorry I cannot copy this for you. But let's look at this whole thing and see maybe what is the beginning of this paragraph, what is the middle, and what is the end. Okay, now remember, we talked about beginning as, let me review. Well, first we have the topic sentence, okay? Then we have the beginning of the story, which it sets the background or the scene for the story. Then we have the middle of the story, the most exciting action, and the whole interesting storyline. Then we have the end of the story, which gives the final action or result of the story, and can offer a solution. Okay, so let's look at this story again that we just read. Sorry. And let's see here. Okay, the first sentence is always a topic sentence. So let's look. I learned the hard way how to make friends in a new school. So this is our topic sentence right here, right? Topic. Okay, and then we have a bunch of background information. I wish you could see. I wonder if this is better. Can you see the whole paragraph? Yikes. Okay, you're gonna have to turn your computer. Okay, at my old school in Toronto, I was on the football and track teams. I was very popular and had a lot of friends. Okay, so this is the introduction. This is the beginning. Okay, it's mentioning here what happened before the story happened, right? Everything changed when I was 16 years old because my parents decided to move to Florida. That actually might still be the beginning. Okay. And then it says, going to school was not easy for me. The first few days in my new school were extremely difficult. So he's talking about the class schedule, the way that kids are dressed. Okay. They looked funny. After a few weeks, I realized no one tried to talk to me anymore. So this is kind of like the major point in the story. Okay. I began to feel lonely. 2 months passed before I got the courage to talk to a few classmates. All of that is the middle of the story. And then we have the ending. Finally, I realized that they were normal people just like me, and I began to develop some relationships, many of which are now good friendships. Okay, so this is all the end. I learned a valuable lesson about making friends that year, and this is a concluding sentence, right? And the end. Okay, so that's our whole story. We have a topic, beginning, sorry about the late, middle, end, and concluding sentence. All right. So now we're going to think about a story from your life, and there's going to be a narrative essay assignment due on Monday. All right. So the topic of this will be a special day in your life. Okay. During class on Wednesday, we had a little bit of a discussion about a special day in your life. So you can choose that event to write your narrative paragraph about. Okay. So for example, my special day in my life was my wedding day when I got married. And I'm going to use this plot diagram to write some notes about it, okay? So here we go. I showed you this before, and it's called a plot diagram. Maybe you saw this in high school, I don't know. But basically, these are all big words: exposition, climax, falling action, rising action, resolution. These are big words that perhaps translate in Spanish, so you kind of understand. But basically, we have 3 parts: beginning, here, middle. Middle kind of covers this whole area here. And then we have the end. Okay? So I'm going to start writing notes on the side of this plot diagram about beginning, because it's easy for me to look at a picture. Some people, when you write your brainstorm, you might just want to list like this: beginning, middle, okay, end. You can write like that too, like list different ideas below. But for me, I like the picture like this, okay? So I'm thinking about beginning. I want to set up the setting and the characters. So I might start with some notes here. My husband and I, we dated for 3.5 years, right? We were wondering about just eloping or wedding. Okay, elope means to run away to get married. We decided on the wedding. See, I'm just writing notes, not full sentences about the story. So I started preparing for the wedding. Okay, and I might mention a little bit about that. I'm not sure yet. Okay, so on the wedding day, rising action. First, I'll just put it in order, right? I did my hair, then makeup. Okay, 3, I don't know, I'll just put 3 over here because I'm running out of room. I went to the church. 4, put on dress. Right? Sorry, I'm doing this the wrong way. 5, maybe I hung out, I spent time with my bridesmaids. Okay, I spent time with bridesmaids. 6, took pictures. And then finally, it was time for the wedding ceremony. And for my wedding, I liked the ceremony better than the reception. So my climax, the most exciting, that's what a climax is, the most exciting part of the story was the ceremony for me. Okay, and why was that? Well, we had some friends singing. I had a good friend who was a pastor who married us. 3, a lot of our family was involved. The family was involved. And 4, we had some fun moments. Okay, I won't go into all of this here because I will write it in my paragraph, not here. Okay, so falling action. You know, there was the reception. I could put reception here. Was a falling action, right? Another thing here, I'll erase this so it doesn't confuse you. Sorry, I know this is not the best video quality in the world. Okay, so reception, and then we left for a hotel. And fell asleep because we were tired. Exciting, right? Okay, resolution, the end. So what is the end? It was a great day. Okay, and we are still married. And as you know now that I'm working from home, we have 3 kids. Okay, that's my end. That's my resolution, the end of the story. What is happening now is that we're married, still married, and have 3 kids. Okay, so this is a kind of brainstorm that you can do. And again, you can use this paper, the plot diagram, if you like the visual picture, or you can just list it beginning, middle, and end. Okay, and this narrative assignment will be due on Monday. All right, I'll see you in class. Have a good day.